guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, I'm Patti, and on Mondays I make gnomes, and on Thursdays I do home decor. A lot of you asked me last week about my voice in my video. Yes, I have COVID and I'm on the uphill climb right now. I'm almost through with it. Thank you so much for asking about it. And I'd also like to say thank you so much for being here each and every week with me, being part of my family, watching my videos. You have no idea how much that means to me, and I thank you for doing that. Today I'm going to share with you this little fall gnome with a little beard made out of leaves. If you want to know how to make him, stick around. I'll show you how. Okay, for this one, you're going to need a pine cone, some fleece, you're going to need some craft foam, you're going to need a little nose, you're going to need a little pine cones, a little terracotta pot, you need some floral foam, you need some blue jean material, you need some jute, and you need some leaves. Okay, let's get started. First thing you're going to do is we're going to take a 5 by 10 inch piece of jean material, and we're just going to hem up one side on it. And then we're going to go ahead and take a piece of craft foam. We're going to draw a circle around the bottom of our terracotta pot. And we're just going to put this on the bottom of it just so that it doesn't scratch anything that you're going to put this on. So just cut that circle out and we're just going to glue it right to the bottom of that terracotta pot. Okay, next we're going to wrap our jean material around the flower pot. Now the bottom of the flower pot, you're not going to glue, you're just going to glue at the top part. Just make sure that that material is flush with your table, not flush with the top of that pot. Go ahead and hem up that one side. And then we're going to just glue the very top part of the flower pot, not the bottom. And go wrap all the way around until you get to the end and then seal that off. Just make sure you're only gluing to the top part of the flower pot. Okay, next we're just going to glue the top part inside. So just go ahead and put some glue around the top edge of the flower pot and then just tuck that on in. Okay, then we're going to get some jute string and we're going to wrap it around about 3 times, and then we're just going to tie that off in a knot in the front. Okay, next take a piece of floral foam and go ahead and cut it to fit inside your pot. And you want a tight fit on that, but you do not want it over the top. You want it a little bit deeper inside of that pot. Next, to measure your pine cone for your hat, just take the width around the middle of it. Mine is going to be 10 inches, so I'm going to cut my fabric at 11 inches. And then you're going to do twice the height, so mine is going to be 5 inches, so I'm going to cut my fabric at 10. So I'm going to cut a piece of 11 by 10 inch fabric. So the top part was the 11 and the side was a 10, and we're just going to start down at the corner and curve all the way up to a point, and that's how we're going to make our hat. So just go ahead and open that up, and then we're going to go ahead and glue down one side and then fold that over and connect them. Okay, while that's inside out, we're going to go ahead and cuff it up 1.5 inches all the way around, because we're going to do a cuff on the outside when we turn it right side out. So go ahead and glue that cuff in. And then we're going to go ahead and turn it right side out. And we're going to add a 1-inch cuff down at the bottom. And then go ahead and glue that in too. Okay, next we're going to take a piece of 2.5 by 3 inch long craft foam, and we're going to cut a beard shape, and the long end is the 3 inch. So just cut around there in the shape of a beard, and that's what we're going to attach our leaves to. And I just got these leaves at Hobby Lobby in the seasonal department, but Michael's has it. You can get them a lot of different places. And we're just going to kind of glue them on into the shape of this beard. And just add however many you want. I made his beard pretty full, and then I went back in afterwards and made it a little bit fuller. If you just kind of glue the top edge, then the rest of it will kind of flow nicely. It'll still stick out there kind of fluffy. And kind of switch around on the colors. Don't make it all just one color. Add some reds and some yellows and some oranges. Kind of mix it up a little bit. Okay, next go ahead and try your hat on. Since all of our pine cones will be a little bit different, and just go ahead and stick your beard up underneath there to figure out exactly where you need to glue it. And then just go ahead and glue it in place. And then go ahead and glue it down. Now, it is good. It is not going to grip a lot to all these pine cones. It's kind of going to be random because they're going to stick out there, but your hat's going to pretty much hold this in when you get it all done. Okay, and then go ahead and put your hat back on and pull it down as far as you can. Now, you don't need to glue this in because the pine cones are not going to let that hat come off. Okay, then once you get it where you want it, go ahead and lift it back, and we're going to go ahead and add his nose right in the center. Okay, next we're going to attach it to the flower pot. Now, what I did is I put mine in there, and I kind of twisted it a little bit so I can make an indent in there for it, and then just dump out the excess, and then go ahead and glue it in. And that way it'll seat inside of that foam really easy. And just add quite a bit of glue in there. And then just hold it in place until it dries. Now just spend some time on this part because you do want to make sure that it stays in there good. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and just tie a piece of jute around the top part of his hat and then just tie it off in a bow. And then I'm just going to put a little brown bell on top. And I got the little brown bell. It actually was a silver bell. I got them at Dollar Tree. And then I just painted them with a Krylon leather brown paint. And it worked super easy. Just glue that on. And then go ahead and bend that over. And next I'm just going to add a couple of leaves that I got. And I got these at Hobby Lobby in the seasonal department. Just putting them on his hat. You could decorate his hat with anything you want to. I just happen to have these leaves. And then for the feet, I'm just going to take 2 little pine cones, and I got these at the Hobby Lobby too, and I'm just gluing them on for feet. You just want to be sure and clip the little stem off the back of them before you glue them on. Okay, next we're going to take 2 3-inch pieces of 16 gauge wire, and we are going to make the sleeves. I'm using jean material that's already got a hem on them. If you don't have jean material that's already hemmed up, you need to go ahead and make a hem on it. And just going to roll it up in there until it goes around there a few times, and then we're just going to go ahead and glue it off, and we're not going to go ahead and fold over the back and make a seam on the back. We're just going to go ahead and cut it off, because since we're not washing the jean material, it's not going to fray. So just go ahead and cut it as close as you can, and then just kind of squeeze it to where that's going to be towards the back. And then go ahead and take another one of those little bitty pine cones and then just put it in the center of there, and that's going to be his hand. And then go ahead and do the same thing for the second one. And I don't have a measurement on this, but it's probably about 4 inches long by about maybe 2 inches wide, but you're not going to use a full 2 inches on that. And just go ahead and get your next pine cone put in, and then we're going to be ready to assemble him. Now I'm just going to go ahead and figure out exactly where I want my arms. I ended up bending the wire over, and actually I cut my fabric off right flush up to where that wire ended. So there are 3 inches on those arms. And then just go ahead and stick it into the pine cone. Try to find a flat spot to put it in that'll hold glue. And then we're going to go ahead and glue those in. Just make sure that they're even on both sides. And then just go ahead and put a bunch of glue in there and then just glue it in. Now hold these in until they dry, because there's not a lot of places for these to hold on to. So you want to make sure when you do put the glue in there, you make sure it dries. And then I went back in and added a few more leaves on mine, and then I actually went back in and put a pumpkin in his arms. So a pretty easy little video, pretty cute little guy. If you like the video, hit like. If you want to see future videos, hit subscribe. If you want to be notified when I have another video, hit the bell. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it.